All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and switch this. Oh, man. What's up, everybody? It's cold in my house, so I'll keep the beanie on and we will live. It's gonna wait till everybody shows up, see what's up with everybody, and I'm just gonna chill until then. If anybody's in the chat, what's up? How's it going? How was your holidays? Everything's been good. All right, let's go see this chat. Anybody in it? Nope. All right. Oh, wait. Okie dokie. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Happy Saturday, Andrew. Yeah, happy Saturday. All is well. Hope you're doing well yourself. Oh, goodness. Well, Mark, it's just you and I. So what do you want to talk about? It's only 1 o'clock, but still. People will eventually start to flood in. Jeffrey, like Alshon Jeffrey? Because you put Jeffries. I don't know if you meant Alshon Jeffrey. If so, then... Okay, yeah. You say you have one. So, yeah, I'm assuming you meant Alshon Jeffrey. So, yeah. I think he is worth picking up. The rest of the season schedule for them is far too easy. Miami this week is honestly a play for him. And then playing against Washington and the Giants in the weeks after that. I mean, yeah, I 100% believe Jeffrey for the next 3 weeks is a pretty solid wide receiver 2 play, potentially, if he's healthy. Week 16, not so much because they play Dallas, and he typically gets double covered the entire game against Dallas because that's what they like to do against him. So as of right now, yeah, I think he's a good pickup. Who are you thinking about dropping for him? Would you play him over Woods this week? That's a good question. I guess Miami against Arizona. Because between the two of them, like my thought process right now is who has the biggest touchdown upside. I feel like they're both pretty solid plays in terms of receptions, like 6 receptions apiece, 70 some odd yards. The question is who has a higher likelihood of a touchdown. And I kind of feel like Jeffrey might because of the Miami play or playing against Miami. But I still think a guy like Robert Woods is pretty good this week. I'd probably play him over. Yeah, I'd probably play him over Robert Woods this week. And in between Watkins and Woods, I'd rather play Woods over Watkins. So I'd go Jeffrey, Woods, Watkins in that specific order, Mark. Also have Kirk, Odell, and James Washington. Yeah, as of right now, I'd probably play Jeffrey, Woods, and Odell this week. The fourth best of the bunch would probably, in my opinion, be Christian Kirk or James Washington. I don't really trust Sammy Watkins, to be honest. Regardless of whether Tyreek Hill is healthy or not now, he never really sees targets, and he never really does anything with them. So it's just kind of sketchy to kind of think what the possibilities are with them. What am I looking for? Okay, cool. Oh, I have one more. There it is. Okay, and we'll come back. Damn, Mark, it's just you and I, man. It's just you and I. So, Mark, tell me, in terms of your remaining teams, what are your records looking like right now? Is this week the vital, clinch the playoff win, or how's it looking at this point? If I win again in the playoffs with a 6-7 record, worst record I've ever seen make the playoffs. Yeah, I've actually never seen a 6-7 make. Yeah, your team or your league must be so top heavy or bottom low to where there's so many teams with like 3-10 record or 3-9 records that it's just killing everything. Interesting. There's no way you could have a 6-7 record, right? Because it is week 13, so technically you can't have 6-7 record. So what is your record actually? Is it 5-7 or 5-6? No, that's not possible either. So it's like 5-7 probably, right? Or 6-6 maybe. Who else am I missing on this? Randall Cobb's gone. Who else played on Thursday? I'm trying to find all the names so I can clear them off my rankings so I can redo it for tomorrow. The guy you're playing is 5-7. The guy you're playing is 6. Okay, cool. So, but how does it work in your league? Does it work where if you make like the playoffs is on head-to-head matchup, or is it on total points scored? Because I know a lot of leagues like to go on total points scored so that they get their like best player in. You know what I mean? 5-7, you win, you get 6-7, try to make playoffs. Then you play the 1 seed, which is a nightmare to an extent. To an extent, it could be better. You know, there's always. I mean, I've been the 1 seed before and been absolutely. Unless you're 1 seed, you get to buy. I don't know how it's gonna work in your league, to be honest. Just depends. You know, usually Saturday streams are pretty slow, but today's a holiday. I mean, it's a holiday weekend. The next couple weekends, and a lot of people have probably already even been like maybe eliminated from their leagues, and have one league, and it's like pretty straightforward on when to start. So I don't expect too many people to be in here, but overall record in the division goes on matchup against teams in. Okay, I understood. Got it. That makes sense. Makes sense. You know, the couple people that popped off on Thursday that are real notable. Gage for the second week in a row had a good game. Well, this time because also Julio was out. So Gage for the Falcons played well. Anthony Miller for the third week in a row. High target count. And this time he had a huge receiving game. He popped off at the wide receiver position. And then we saw, obviously, somehow the third string quarterback for the Lions came in and really just slinged it until the cows came home, which was insane, considering really I just didn't expect him to be that good. Maybe I expect too much from the Bears defense at this point. The Bears are just, it's so sad. So, in terms of Thursday, Allen Robinson, obviously, but the low-key guys, Anthony Miller, Gage, Cole Beasley, who I knew was going to have that revenge game. I even said it during the Monday waiver wire, but I didn't even take my own advice. I was like, you know what? He gets 10 points. Like, there's no way he gets it. He dropped a 20 bomb. It's like, wow. Can't believe these Detroit backup QBs. I know, right? It's insane. It actually makes no sense. But at least we've kind of learned our lesson there. I mean, in terms of what this team gets to play in the coming weeks, that is Detroit. They have to take on Minnesota, then Tampa Bay, then Denver. Right? Minnesota's a good passing. I mean, in terms of a matchup, that's good for the quarterback because that defense isn't great in the secondary. They've been pretty banged up, their safeties and corners. And then Tampa Bay, as we all know, gives up a bunch of points. So Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay most of all. One catch, 75 yards and a touchdown to start the game. He made this entire week up with one play. So, that's great, but still. Pretty insane. What's your thoughts on Jason Garrett? I'm a Cowboys fan and think he and Marinelli need to go. Absolutely. It's not even close. Jason Garrett he does more to hurt the team than he does to help. The problem I have, because, all right, so this is how I used to be, Mark. So prior to the LA Rams and or Chargers coming to LA, of course, I was a Cowboys fan, right? So like the first ever team I like kind of attached onto was the Cowboys because I like Jason Witten, and I don't know, like when I first started watching football, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago, that's what I like, grabbed onto, regardless. So I've always, watched the Cowboys still as a fan to this day. And the thing that I continue to see is that no matter what we do, we make the dumbest mistakes possible and put ourselves in such bad scenarios. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Jason Garrett is really good at clapping, though. That is a fact, Jack. He's good at clapping and chewing gum. That's all he does. That's all he does. The team goes 3 and out. Good job, guys. Good job. High fives. And literally, he tried to high five Dak. Dak just did. I honestly thought after watching that game, I thought, okay, the Buffalo Bills aren't really winning this game rather than the Cowboys are throwing the game. Even though the Bills are a good offense, it was just like they're really throwing the game. I almost felt like the Cowboys as an entire locker room were like, we have to get this guy off of the head coaching position. We have to do whatever we can to honestly just get him fired. So what are we going to do? We're going to lose on Thursday, and we're going to hope this guy gets fired so we can turn the season around. Didn't happen. It's like, gosh, man. And smiling when losing, yeah. No, that is what he is best at. It's just like simple decision making that he just never really gets it going. Like going back to last week's game against the Patriots. 4th and 8 on their 15-yard line. You decide to kick the field goal. It's like, what the fuck? Why would you kick the field goal there? It doesn't make any sense. You go for it. You fail, forget it. Let them have to drive 90 yards on you to go put anything up on the board. Your defense will have more opportunities to stop them. Instead, he kicks the field goal, they get the ball, and they win the game. Because they're able to run the ball into field goal range. It's like what the hell? Like, what the actual hell? It's just a mistake. I don't know, man. It's Jerry Jones. He needs to just let go. He needs to let go. I know he loves Jason Garrett. He has for the last however many years, and he wants Jason Garrett to be a Super Bowl winning, coach, but just can't do it. I would give it to I don't even like Marinelli. Just give it to the cornerbacks coach, the guy that used to coach in Seattle. That guy's a hell of a coach. Let him take over it. Everyone says he's a good coach due to winning percentage, but he's always had the most talent. Absolutely. I mean, going back to 2012, that was a Super Bowl-esque team with what they had with Tony Romo, the best offensive line, DeMarco Murray just tearing it up that year. They could have ran the tables there. They just couldn't get it done either. Doesn't game plan or change the plan after halftime when losing? That I can't say 100% without a doubt that is the case, because to be honest, I don't know what their game plan is to begin with. They come in and I don't know. I feel like he's one of those head coaches that is just I don't know how to explain it. So I've been around head coaches before where all they do is let everyone around him do their job. He lets everybody do everything. He doesn't intervene. He doesn't really want to get into anybody's space and lets them go, right? Let everybody be their best. Go. I'll be here. I'll be the motivator / face, and that's it. And I feel like that's what he is. He doesn't have to do anything with the offense or the defense. Doesn't make any calls. Doesn't make any decisions. The only decisions he makes is when they want to lose the game, and he's okay with that. Thoughts on Younghoe Koo? I don't have a problem with him. I thought that those onside kicks were beautiful. I feel like you should get onside. You should get points in fantasy if your kicker successfully gets an onside kick. I feel like that'd be pretty awesome, to be honest. But yeah, he missed a couple kicks there, which is unfortunate. I think he missed one kick and then one PAT or something like that. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. To be honest. He's been pretty good this season, so I'd probably still stay with him. But yeah, it's weird. Guy I played had 5 people going on Thursday, scored 59 points in a standard score. That's pretty decent, to be honest. That's actually pretty decent. 5 players, 59 points, 10 points per, or 12 points per. He's in a pretty good spot then in that case. Depends. I mean, let's see. How many people are in a regular starting lineup? Quarterback, 2 running backs. It's 3. 2 wide receivers, 5. Running tight end, 6. Kicker, defense, flex. So 9. So, yeah, I think he's in a pretty good spot right now. 60 points from 5 players. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, for sure. Not bad. All right. Oh, man. I don't know. I just don't know. All right, what do we got here? Close this. Wow. Anyway, I had Zeke scored 14. Yeah, in a full PPR, half PPR, far better because of the 7 receptions. But yeah, not bad. I mean, man, Zeke also is kind of like a question mark. Like the fact that you're not like, if I was to sign a running back, okay, and I would give him $50 million guaranteed in a $90 million deal overall, I would run him until he couldn't run anymore. I would legitimately feed him the ball 30 times a game. I would. I don't care about his longevity. I have backups, and I'm going to pay you to run you into the ground. That is what I am literally paying you to do. And for some reason, they can't find themselves a reason to do that. And it's insane. It's so confusing. Like Zeke, he was so much better last year in terms of fantasy and his statistical output. Even though he already has more touchdowns this season comparatively to last season. He only had 6 last year. He's already has 8 right now. And he's still got 4 more games to go in the regular season. It's like, in terms of fantasy, like what the heck? Like how's this working? How am I doing in my Patreon leagues? Let's go take a look, Mark. Let's go take a look. I'm pretty sure. Okay, look. So here's the thing. This is how I've kind of settled it in terms of, what is that? Interesting. This is how I've kind of settled it in the Patreon leagues. There are some leagues in which I already know. I knew weeks ago, maybe months ago, that I was not going to win the league. And I honestly knew I wasn't probably even going to make the playoffs. So those leagues, I was like, all right, you know what, I'm done. So be it. But in the league, okay, so there's 2 of those leagues where I'm like, yeah, I'm done. It's over, right? So I stopped giving a crap. I'm in last place in all those. It's over. But the other ones, 9-3, 9-3, 7-5, 6-6, as of right now. So that's pretty good. The 2 9-3 leagues, as of right now, I don't even care. I'm second in both leagues. Probably, we'll figure it out there. But yeah, I mean, I should probably have 4 playoff teams here, and should be able to make a run. So right now I'm in second, 4th, and 7th. Probably winning that game, shooting me to 6th. Probably winning that game, shooting me to 3rd, and then maybe even vying for a first place in one of these leagues. Let me see. This guy in first place that much higher? No, I'm tied with this guy. He just has 45 points more than me in this specific league. There are a lot of people that made a lot of moves in this league. I've kind of just I drafted my teams. I made a couple moves here and there. But other than that, I kind of let my teams play. Despite, I like to test it sometimes. There's a league here that I have Kenny Golladay playing, right? I played him. I was like, you know what? Let's risk it. When I have 13 leagues, different leagues that I've played, not in just what's it called? Patreon. Patreon is 6 leagues, right? So the other 7 leagues are mine, right? Outside of Patreon. When I have so many leagues, I think to myself, let's give it a try. Let's try to shake it up a little bit. And I test a bunch of different stuff. So as of right now, not so bad. Are they all 12 team? No. There are many 14, 16 team leagues here. Let me see here. So this is okay. So the one that I'm in 7th place is it's a 14 team league. All right. The one that I'm in 7th place. The 9 and 3 leagues where I'm second is a 12 team, and another one is let's see, which one is this one? And the other one is also, okay. So, wow, a lot of them are 14 team leagues. A lot of them. So the two that I am, so one of the 9 and 3s is 12. One of the 9 and 3s is 14. The 7 and 7, or not 7 and 7, 6 and 6 team is a 14 as well. And then let's find the 7 and 5 team. The 7 and 5 team is a 12 team league. So obviously those 14 team leagues are far more difficult. And honestly, you just can't get anything done in terms of waivers because everyone's kind of already picked up. So it just makes it more difficult. But all in all, it's been pretty decent. I want in next year. How do you do the drafts? Well, I just, on Patreon, pretty much just lock everybody up. I ask people, I ask them what kind of league they want to play in. Like if they want to play 2 QB, regular, 1 quarterback, half PPR, whatever. We determine that, and then after that, I just send you an invite, and we try to draft all on the same day so I can get it done, so that everyone kind of has a week in advance to kind of prepare. Okay, we're doing it this Sunday at 4 p.m. or something. But yeah, let's see. Jack was saying Wentz versus Tannehill. I'm in playoffs right now. I would play Wentz this week, 100%. I play Wentz. It's kind of unfortunate that you're in playoffs right now. That kind of sucks. Week 13 playoffs. Not a lot of people prepare for Week 13, but it's just kind of like, typically, that's pretty rough. But yeah, I would play Wentz against Miami. I really do prefer that. I prefer that this week, especially considering Nelson Aguilar and Alshon Jeffrey are both going to play this week, tomorrow. And then, Mark, my other leagues. So I'm in Scott Fishbowl. That one didn't go well because, Scott Fishbowl, there's no trading. There's only waiver wire pickups, but everyone drafts a month before the season starts, and you have 30 draft picks. So there's really nobody ever to pick up, typically. And it was a pretty eye-opening experience in terms of who to pick up, right? That league, I ended up, right now I'm in 12-team league, I'm in 5th place. And I'm not going to make playoffs because only top 3 make playoffs, and playoffs started this week. So that one was done, right? Which was unfortunate. And then my other leagues, where the heck is it? I have an NFL.com league. I'm 8-4 in against a couple of my buddies. I have a Yahoo league where I'm 9-3 in with a couple of my other buddies. And then where the heck is my other Yahoo leagues? I don't think it's under this email. I think it's this other one. All right, then I have an 8-4, 8-4, 8-4, 7-5. And I'm telling you, I let a lot of these I let them go. I can't pay attention to all these leagues, but I hope that my drafts carry me. And so far, they kind of have. But I do crazy things. Like in one of these leagues, I'm looking at it, right? Because I'm winning. I played Anthony Miller this week actually, I didn't really have an option. I played Anthony Miller this week. I left Gage on the bench, unfortunately. Probably should have played him over somebody else. But no, I had Godwin and I had Shepard, so I was going to play those two. But you know what I mean? There's just, I have so many leagues. Goodness. But a lot of them, I pick up random players and I start them. Because there's never a 100% winning formula, so I'm just always try to get a little piece of every single player as much as I can, I guess. Anyway, now that I've kind of reviewed my own jazz, all is well. What is this? I gotta go and I gotta see the Amazon deals. I'm gonna check that out after this because I feel like Cyber Monday's got to have something good. Has to. There's got to be something good. So, what's the plan with you guys? Jack, Mark, what's the plan today, huh? What are you guys doing for the rest of the day? It's kind of a weird question to ask, but I mean, if you're not asking questions, I might as well ask questions, see what's up. See what the plan is. I got a couple movies in the other room that I'm probably going to sit down and watch for a little bit. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go grab them. Be right back. I don't think anybody's ever seen me leave my room. I don't think so, but I could be mistaken. Pretty sure I don't get up during streams or videos. Thank God. I'll show you what's in the case next to me in a sec. All right, let's see here. Jack was saying, I have Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. Those are beautiful. Odell Beckham, Devontae Parker. Beautiful. Travis Kelce, Eagles defense. Nice. That is actually pretty prime right there. Week 13, 14, round 1. Oh, no. I hate that, Jack. I've seen many people lose championships because of that. I don't like that. I've never have, but, you know, some people prefer it, and so be it. But, hey, you know what? You've got a really good team, so you think you should be fine. Oh, you're in New York? Yeah, the snow's coming. All right, so let me show you all what I have here, okay? Now, you may be like, Andrew, what are you doing? How do you have all this? Well, I'll let you... Actually, no, it's kind of a... It's not even that difficult. So, there's this thing called SAG-AFTRA. If you've never heard of it, it's the Screen Actors Guild. Yeah, if you're an actor or something of that sort, you pay a fee every year, and you have, like, I don't know, benefits from being an actor or whatever the hell in Los Angeles, right? I'm not an actor. A friend of mine is. So, anyway, all these different movies. Like, okay, let's say, for example, yeah? Have you guys heard of Knives Out? Yeah, just came out in theaters 2 days ago. I have it. You know what I mean? Like, Irishman, that just came on Netflix a couple days ago. I already have it. You feel me? Like, there's just there's so many things here that need to be watched. A couple of these are actually, I mean, Irishman takes 3.5 hours to watch, which I'm probably going to, but I mean, what the heck? What do you need 3 hours for? Already saw Knives Out, pretty good. There's a couple of these, I don't know. Some of these are like, all right, I'm never gonna watch these, but anyway, that's probably what Andrew's gonna do today. Andrew's gonna sit down maybe for 3.5 hours, probably clean up the Irishman, see how that goes. Should be good. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Watchmen on HBO. Gosh, it's so good. I would 100% suggest it. Last question: Ronald Jones, Jonathan Williams, non-PPR flex. That is a very good question. I want to say Ronald Jones, but I'm concerned. Now, bear with me. The Jacksonville Jaguars in the last 3 weeks are giving up, like, on average 160 rushing yards per game. So, I think Ronald Jones is probably the better play. But the question is Ronald Jones going to get all the touches? Because we do see him split 50-50 carries with Peyton Barber. And I'm worried that if Ronald Jones doesn't break one out, he might end up, you know, not being able to score that touchdown or whatever. Him or Jonathan Williams? Jonathan Williams touched the ball a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like, man, it's tough. It's tough. The standard league, because I feel like Ronald Jones is a receiving guy more than a groundwork kind of guy. As of right now, I'm probably going to go Ronald Jones. But I'm thinking like, okay, if Jonathan Williams without T.Y. Hilton, who are they going to pass the ball to? Jack Doyle. There's no more Eric Ebron. Like, they have to really run the ball. So maybe they really like step into that, lean into that, and feed him the ball again 25 times on the ground. I don't know. That's tough because they're pretty close in terms of my rankings too, Jack. So let me I gotta go look at a couple of things. I gotta go look at what Tennessee was giving up because I know Leonard Fournette had a good game last week, but a lot of it was garbage time, right? I just kind of want to see in terms of where and when they were really giving up the biggest runs to Mr. Fournette. Let me see here. Oh, why is this not working? Thank you. Because Leonard Fournette had 24 rushes for 97 yards, but he had a lot of passing work. No, I'd probably go Ronald Jones. That's my suggestion. I'd probably go Ronald Jones. This week, I'll go Ronald Jones over Jonathan Williams. It's close, but I'll go with that. Let me know on Patreon what you think of Knives Out. I'll let you know right now. I think it's good. Is it worth buying the movie ticket? I mean, depends if you like movies. I personally like this. I mean, if you like the concept of it, you like the commercials, I think it's a fun movie to watch. This is my first year playing fantasy. Talking about switching it to 1 week rounds next year. Yeah, you definitely should. You definitely should. If this is your first year of fantasy, you must be enjoying it. Because having Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Travis Kelce, oh my gosh. That must be, whew. I know Odell hasn't done much. I know, it could have been better, but pretty good. I have Jonathan Williams and Snell available. Who do you prefer? I prefer Jonathan Williams, certainly. Yeah, I definitely prefer Jonathan Williams. Yeah. Haven't heard of it? Well, like the movie? It's fine. I mean, just depends. Like, I don't know. I keep my ear to the ground in terms of movies because my brother works in the industry, so I always get all that. I have seen Watchmen, though, yeah. Watchmen is ridiculously good. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've seen the original Watchmen movie. I think that's a masterpiece of its own because Snyder's got his own little way of filming. And I do personally like the story and all that kind of jazz. But this is some next level goodness. Like, holy moly. They really intertwined it with some crazy stuff. Yeah, no problem, Jack. All right. If you guys have more questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's just us three in here. And, yeah, super tough. Yeah, just let me know, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. If not, maybe I dip Pepperino a little bit earlier than usual. Usually want to go an hour, but typically there's more questions. And there's more people. And if y'all have got your help, then we're good to go. Okay, let's see here. Come on. Damn it. All right, let's see. In terms of matchups this week, the Ravens versus the San Francisco game in the morning in Baltimore, Ravens are winning that game. I don't care what anybody says. Ravens are winning that game. Panthers should beat the Redskins. The Jets should beat the Bengals. But Andy Dalton's return could be something different. Tennessee versus the Colts. Tennessee should win that. Tampa Bay should beat the Jaguars. The Chiefs should beat the Raiders. Eagles should beat the Dolphins. The Packers should win against the Giants. The Rams will beat the Cardinals. Unfortunately, because I want the Rams season to be over by now. The Broncos and the Chargers are a very interesting matchup. I'm not sure entirely who's going to win that. Same thing with the Browns Steelers. I'm thinking the Browns will win that, but it's in Pittsburgh. The Patriots will be the Texans, and I think Seattle will win in a defensive matchup playing against the Vikings on Monday. So the biggest question mark is the Chargers and the Broncos for me right now. I don't know how Drew Lock will play. If he plays like garbage, then so be it. The Chargers win, but we'll see. I'm all set, Andrew. Thank you for the wisdom. No problem, Mark. Yeah, it should be good games this week. I mean, I think they're pretty one-sided. There's only a couple of them where I'm thinking, who's really going to win this? But, yeah, a lot of these are very one-sided matchups. The biggest upset I could see happening perhaps this week is the Cardinals beating the Rams. But is that really an upset? Nah, not really. But that's the only one that I could end up potentially seeing. I mean, the biggest upset of the week kind of already did happen. But is it an upset when the team with the better record wins against the Cowboys? Is that really an upset? I don't really think so. So that's not really much of a surprise. Surprisingly enough, though, the Bears, man, what do they have? Like a 6-6 record? They kind of like flattened out. They could win out, maybe. No, they're not winning out, but not with that defense, unfortunately. Not for them. Chuck Pagano's not doing a good enough job. Odo could have been better, true. But I like it a lot. I always watch your YouTube videos. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate that. All right, let's see here. I'm getting a phone call. They can leave a message, dude. Not picking that up. Kind of Baker's fault? Yeah. I think it's Freddie Kitchens also. I think there's a lot of blame to go around for that entire team. I was upset. Yeah. That's hilarious, Mark. Yeah. That's what happens, man. Cowboys just don't want to. I don't know. I feel like it's just Jerry Jones a little too stubborn. Just a little too stubborn. It's like it's blatantly the coach, but you don't want to do what's necessary to win yourself more games. It's just, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And if that's what you want your legacy to be at this point, then, yeah, you will go down as the GM that kept shooting himself in the foot because he couldn't make the decision that needed to be made. Which is unfortunate, but, it happens to the best of them. There's always a couple that just can't and don't have the heart to get rid of their... I mean, like, at this point, Jason Garrett is like his stepson. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough. Thoughts on Daniel Jones or Slayton? Week 15, 16? I like them both a lot. They play against Washington and Miami. Should be beautiful, Jack. I think that's a good way to go. Yeah, I certainly think they should be both pretty good. All right, let's see what this missed call was. Dude, I've never seen an 845 area code. Like, what? Anybody know where 845 is? It's definitely not California. I can guarantee you that. New York. All right, Mark, were you calling me? Is that you, Mark? You somehow found my phone number? If it was, call again. I don't mind talking. I would have let Garrett go at halftime. Oh my god. Okay. What was that? I think it was last season. There was a cornerback for the Bills who played for the Lions, or not Lions, for the Colts for a while. I think it's Vernon Davis' little brother, something Davis. I forget his last. He quit at halftime for the Bills. Like he literally retired at halftime. You remember that? She was hilarious. Pittsburgh defense or Green Bay defense tomorrow? Probably Green Bay. Yeah, probably Green Bay. Pittsburgh always has the the chance of scoring a defensive touchdown because they've been pretty good about that as of late. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably go with Green Bay tomorrow. But you never know. I don't know. It's just it really depends. Like I feel like Pittsburgh is the better defense overall in terms of pass rush coverage and everything. But I don't know. I feel like maybe we play Pittsburgh. Maybe they play up. They play up to it. They play up to the rivalry. Maybe they want some revenge. Yeah, maybe it's a slower pace game. Yeah, at this point, like if you're gonna go pick up a second defense, like I'd rather you go pick up somebody else. Like if you have Philadelphia as an option, go pick them up and play them. But like Pittsburgh's gonna be your defense the rest of the season anyway. Like their next couple games are pretty good. 845 area code, Hudson Valley region, whatever, serves Rockland, Orange, Ulster counties. Interesting. Delaware, Green, okay. Interesting. Didn't leave a message either. It is New York though, just not me. No problem, Mark. I was just wondering because you were like, yeah, New York. I'm like, all right, who else could be calling me at this point? Kitchens is booty. Yeah, Kitchens is a mess. I think you're on like a 10-minute, not even 10 minutes. I think you're on like a 5-minute delay. Anything you type, like I felt like I talked about it like minutes ago, but maybe it's just my delay that's lagging it. I traded for Pittsburgh, then used versus the Browns 2 weeks ago. They got me 6 points, so I'm scared. Yeah, so am I. That's why I'm kind of sketchy and I kind of want to play the Green Bay. Like initially off the top of my head, I'm thinking, okay, Cleveland Browns played well. They've won 3 in a row with, Mr. Devlin Hodges, the duck caller at quarterback. That could really, spell a disaster for that defense if, they're consistently having to punt and they're giving the other team so many opportunities. It could just lead to, try again, and eventually they score. And it could hurt that defense rather than, Green Bay trying to lock down a rookie quarterback, which, they're both trying to, I don't know. It just depends. As of right now, in terms of what I would 100% do, I'd probably, it depends. Like if there is other defenses on the waivers that you could go with, like, I don't know, it depends. Obviously, Philadelphia is one I brought up, but I don't know. I feel like having 2 defenses is not a bad idea. But am I willing to play Green Bay's? I don't know. Green Bay's just kind of been weird as of late. I feel like Green Bay last week looked like garbage, which kind of scares me. Again, they did play against the 49ers, who are good, but they just got like burnt on a lot of passing plays, which they really shouldn't have. Anyway, let me know if you guys have any other questions. Again, there's only a couple of us in here. I'll probably, if you guys don't have any other questions, go. But just let me know. I'm still here. Wait, what is this? What is this main card? Let me see here. Wait. What's the UFC card tonight? Is there a UFC event tonight? Let's see here. Is there a fight night on like ESPN or something? UFC 11:30. 19. I don't think there is, right? No, they don't have anything till December. What is this card? Usman and Covington, Holloway, Volkanovski, Nunes, Duranemy, Aldo Morales, and then Faber and yeah. What the hell? What is this card? What is this for? It's not a real card, is it? Oh, it is a real card. December 14th. Oh my god, that is a monster card. I don't know if you guys watch UFC, but Jiminy. I'm starting Green Bay against the Fumble King. Okay, listen. The Fumble King is Kirk Cousins. I don't know what you're talking about. Kirk Cousins, in the last 4 seasons, has averaged 10 fumbles per season. All right? So let's get that straight. He has a quota. He fumbles 10 times a year. So let's have that settled. That's the Fumble King. Perhaps Daniel Jones is coming to take his throne, but we'll see. I'm good. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, you too. Have a good holiday. Hope everyone's doing well. All right, guys. I'm going to head out. I'm going to head out a little bit earlier, but been streaming for 54 minutes or something right now. So hope everybody's answers or questions were answered. You're delayed, no problem. I'm going to go work on some rankings, take care of some stuff, and then I'll have that all settled. If you have any other questions, just send it to me, and I'll message you back. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And until then, tomorrow. Monday we'll do the Patreon live stream. But tomorrow morning I'll have the live stream for everything like that, right? See you guys. Updated rankings will be available in probably later afternoon. All right. See you guys. Peace.